Preach it. Thank you, man. Politics in this country is crazy. You put things in perspective that even I didn't. The right is playing fast and loose with facts and scapegoating everyone under the sun, especially black and brown people. As a white man, I do not agree with this, and I am on my black and brown brothers and sisters' side. Fight the good fight. Know that I am part of the resistance. Let's fight the power.
Our freedom of speech is freedom of death. We got to fight the powers that be.
KBLA Talk 1580. We've got your black.
I'm Zoe Williams, the voice of reason. If your relationship is in trouble, I'm the dude to call. Has your soulmate become your cellmate? Does black love still exist? What are your bedroom turnoffs? Fantasies and fetishes. Financial infidelity. I'm dating a fat person. Are they worth the wait? Trust me, this gonna be crazy.
How about the heavy stuff?
The child wasn't his, and he still had to pay child support.
It's a very heated topic.
How was that right?
Mama's baby, daddy's maybe.
I just have so many questions I want to ask you.
I just like to kiss you. Is there something wrong with that?
Damn.
He told me he had a vasectomy. I'm pregnant.
Betrayal has been committed.
I hit you with the bad pipes routine.
How does he maintain his humposity?
He likes it when it pinches my neck.
Why can't you open up, brother?
I'm a karate man. Karate man rules on the inside. They don't show their weaknesses.
Yeah.
How do you write women so well?
Zoe Williams.
Reason and accountability.
The voice of reason.
I mean, it's lovely that you can sit there and list to me all of your triggers one by one with the complex traumas and the understandings and all of the psychological language that would make you sound like you have some clinical experience. But the question that Neptune and Aries is asking is, have you been doing your work to actually clear those triggers? Have you been doing your work to deactivate those triggers? Or have you just gotten really, really good at talking about them? So here we are. The shift of Neptune into Aries. And if you just even take a glance at social media right now, and if you even kind of look sideways at those of us who are talking about all this spiritual stuff, then no doubt Neptune in Aries is everywhere on your feeds right now. I logged onto Instagram this morning, and it was like, I mean, that's all the algorithm wanted me to see. Neptune and Aries, Neptune and Aries, Neptune and Aries, Neptune and Aries. So here we are, Neptune and Aries. And I guess that means it's my turn to throw my hat into the ring and offer my 2 cents on what Neptune and Aries means. A friend of mine recently said to me, you cannot be in creation mode and lack mode at the same time. And I think that pretty perfectly sums up where we are in the simplest terms. You know, right now, this shift of Neptune into Aries, and what I think it always comes down to, and I think what ultimately is the deciding factor for every experience that we create for ourselves, is it's just about frequency. What frequency are you tuning into? What frequency are you paying attention to? What frequency are you fostering and generating and cultivating and nurturing? What frequency are you showing up and bowing to, praying to? Ultimately, when you boil it all down, that's what it comes down to. Everything in our reality has a vibration. And if it has a vibration, that means that it can be measured. And that means that there's a shape and there's a form to the energy, the frequency, literally the frequency that is emanating from any given object. And if you want a visual, think about 2 puzzle pieces fitting together. You fit with whatever piece you are a match for. That is to say, your frequency is a key. And the reality that you are opening, that you are unlocking, is determined by the key that you are using. Ultimately, what Neptune and Aries is talking about is, does your inner world match up with your external world? Does what you say you believe and what you say you've healed and what you say you've cleared and released, does that actually show up in the way that you move through the world, the things that you choose, the things that you're creating, and where you are focusing your time, your awareness, and your understanding? So what
Andy, who is that?
Amar Energy. They cooking on the astrological side of the game. For real. I didn't even know. Ladies and gentlemen, you're listening to the second hour of The Voice of Reason with Zoe Williams. And of course, it's Wholeness Wednesday. And whenever it's Wholeness Wednesday, Andy, who's in the house? Precious McGill. And when I tell you Precious is up in here cooking, she's cooking all types of seasonings you ain't never seen or heard before. Saffron, truffle butter, all kind of stuff is just high-end ingredients. I love it. I love it. I love it. Tonight's topic, man, is like what we like to call it when the topic is really good. We say it's one of them ones. You understand? Definitely one of them ones, right? So tonight's topic, are we God's shadow work? And it's a really nuanced and expansive discussion about how self is discovered in the mirror of relationship.
Yes.
Right? And we're talking about all these different pieces. How suffering is associated with running from the self. Mm-hmm. Oh my God, we'd rather have a familiar devil than an unrecognizable angel. Lord have 1-800-920-1580. We got callers on the line. Some of you don't actually want a perfect God. You want a God who needs you. You want a God to finish your parents' work with you. Oops. I'm sorry. I got it. But God wants you to be needless like it is. There's a difference. A perfect, complete, self-sufficient source leaves you with one uncomfortable reality. Your suffering does not serve a cosmic curriculum for it. It serves adaptation for you. It recognizes and reorganizes your nervous system. It reshapes attachment patterns. It alters perception. But it does not repair heaven. This is the work you got to do to gain heaven within you. The moment you say God learns through me, you solve 3 psychological tensions at once. Your pain gains cosmic significance. Randomness becomes orchestration, divine orchestration. Your life upgrades from survival to divine collaboration. I'm not surviving. God put me in this position. You need God to be the reason you're going through what you're going through. Nah, you're going through what you're going through because you are afraid of the real you. I know people don't want to hear it. Put that 1-800-920-1580. God gave you relationships as the ultimate university of self. Right? That belief that we're talking about, those 3 points, right, regulates existential anxiety beautifully. But ask the harder question. If God evolves through your trauma, then God lacked something before you bled. Oh no. If God lacked something, then God was incomplete. Impossible. If God was incomplete, then you don't worship the absolute. You worship a developing being. We gonna have a real conversation. I know people be uncomfortable.
Keep it real. Keep it real.
Now we've left inspiration and entered into ontology. Consider another possibility. What if God does not learn? What if consciousness differentiates through limitation? So that perspective can occur at all. Perspective requires boundaries. Boundaries requires separation. Separation produces the experience of exile. Exile feels like forgetting. Forgetting feels like a lesson. Oh, who wants to work tonight? But forgetting may function as a structural feature of perception, not a moral assignment. Where's Leroy when you need him? Right? Here's the ego fracture. If God requires nothing from you, no growth, no repair, right? No experiential enrichment, then your healing does not elevate the cosmos. It stabilizes you. It makes you cosmos ready. Many of you are not cosmos ready. You're cosmopolitan ready, but not cosmos ready. And the way you live today made the cosmos seem irrelevant, not real, fantasy. How could Disney be realer than the cosmos? Oh my goodness. Your shadow work does not integrate divinity. It integrates your fragmentation. And that means responsibility does not ascend upward to source. It lands squarely in your nervous system, your choices, your relationships. The most destabilizing thought isn't that we are God's shadow work. It's that God casts no shadow at all. Why do you? You don't have to, you know. Can we be honest, precious?
Yeah.
We've misused relationships to create a shadow realm to act as a repository or a closet for unwanted pieces of ourselves. Why do we do that? Why do we do that, precious?
Well, it is the human experience, and it is the process of unlearning what you've come here to learn so that you can navigate back to the divinity within. You know, so no judgment. It happens to the best of us. But when you wake up, and when you wake up, stay woke.
Don't go to sleep.
Don't go back to sleep. Don't allow another person's opinion of you, their experience of you, inform your journey. But it's supposed to be that's why it's in someone that we care about. We care about what they think. I care about what my beloved thinks about me, but not more than what I care about how I'm evolving.
Right.
There's balance in this. You can attend to someone's feelings and experience without taking it on. People have gotten upset with me when I lovingly tell them I am not responsible for your feelings. I cannot feel them. That's your work.
Yes.
I appreciate what you share with me about how you perceive me, but that cannot then become my reality.
Right.
It's information.
Right.
I've learned how to be an observer, not a participant. I'm not on the stage. I'm in the audience. That's not my drama.
Observe, don't absorb.
Observe, not absorb. That is so, that's it. And, you know, it's levels to this. A part of it is the forgetting. I was saying over the break, it's like when you grow up in the Baptist church and you go to different churches, but you see one altar up front that says, "This in remembrance of me."
Yes.
We are to remember the Christ within. We get hyper focused on the man, on the deity, on the ascended master. What were they talking about? What were they imparting to you? That's the focus. They were sharing God with you. Focus on that. Focus on the message, not the messenger, right? Because that's how you start to recognize it within. And you have to be present enough with yourself to honor your own energy. Even when you are in relationship with another person, we're having separate experiences. This is one reason why I love the tool of validation. It lets your partner know, I've heard you. It doesn't denote if I agree or not, because that's not important. People want to be heard. So I can show up and do that. That's how I'm attending to you. And it's not patronizing, because it really doesn't matter what you're saying. It doesn't matter.
Every Listen, information that has to pass through a nervous system must be translated for that nervous system.
Yes.
And there's always a loss in translation. So if you're experiencing me through your nervous system and it's not healed, just understand what you're getting is a mistranslation.
Yes.
There are some things that are true. There are some things that are clear, but then there are other things that are embellished.
Yeah.
And you can't even take the interpretation of your nervous system as the gospel truth.
Because feelings are not things and they're temporal. They change. Check this out. On 100% of the days that I felt like I wasn't enough, or I felt like I didn't have enough, or if I felt like I wasn't going to make it, guess what? I did.
The next day came and come on.
And everything was good. So in that, move forward, walk forward knowing that this is temporal, this is past, God is present, ever present, the omniscient presence, and I have the opportunity to move beyond my trauma. Even though I can't intellectually understand how I'm showing up, I know that it's my trauma because it's hurting me. It's not the other person. You triggered me. Your triggers are not red flags. They are indicators of the work that you have left to do.
So they're like the car.
So
to check engine, check oil.
Check oil, check the engine.
So the red flag is really saying this is a flag in you that you recognize in them, but you put the emphasis on how you even in their engine. You all in their dashboard when you got the same indicator light going off on yours.
Yeah. This is one reason why I have my clients do that Ho'oponopono work.
Yes.
Just
Forgiveness
forgive
work.
it all.
Yes.
If someone has beat you, raped you, hurt you, smeared your name, forgive it all, because those things become anchors. They become distractors from your focus to the divine. And I'm not talking about what happens when you're on the yoga mat, the meditation. It is the peace that you take with you when you stand up. I'm not talking about the transformative, beautiful energy that happens when you're receiving sound healing. I'm talking about the energy that it is imparted with you when you're in your walking. And it is up to us to be about the business of God in relationship with other people. You must see the divine in other people in order to do this. You are special, but not in that God is just shining on you. God is in each of us. That light that shines in you is to illuminate the light in other people. No chain is stronger than its weakest link. So it's not just about you getting it. It's about you being it.
Come on, ladies and gentlemen, you're listening to Precious McGill. She's up in here. She giving them the blues tonight. You already know what it is. When we come forward, we're going back to Atlanta, Georgia to deal with our caller, Nazarene X.
The reasons that we're here, the reasons that we fear, our feelings won't disappear. You're listening to the Voice of Reason with Zoe Williams on KBLA Talk 1580. KBLA Talk 1580. We've got a lot to talk about.
KBLA Talk 1580, connecting you with services and solutions. LA County's new Justice Care and Opportunities Department, or JCOD, is here to support justice-involved individuals and their families. The JCOD Support Center is now taking calls at 1-833-LACJCOD. That's 1-833-522-5263. Available 7 days a week from 6 a.m. to 11 p.m. The Support Center is your one-stop shop for re-entry issues and court support. They offer court reminders, vendors, connections to local services, transportation assistance for housing, court appearances, and childcare. The JCOD hotline provides personalized help to connect you with services that you need. And don't forget to check out justiceconnect.org for more information. Remember, it's free and available every day at 1-833-522-5263. This is a community call to action from KBLA Talk 1580.
What's up? What's up? What's up? We got to laugh the pain away.
Hey, KBLA delegation, happy Black History Month. Around here, we celebrate our culture, our community, and our contributions daily. But this year, as we observe the 100th anniversary of Black History Month celebrations, we're excited about our annual KBLA Talk 1580 Black History Month Luncheon, honoring comedy greats. On Thursday, February 26th at the Grammy Museum in downtown LA, we're toasting D.L. Hughley, Melanie Camacho, Earthquake, Munell, Dion Cole, and Martin Lawrence with a surprise guest appearance. A limited number of individual tickets for the luncheon remain, so now would be a good time to head to KBLA1580.com to secure one for yourself. That's KBLA1580.com. A little laughter goes a long way, especially in times like these. So come, join us for our annual KBLA Talk 1580 Black History Month Luncheon, Thursday, February 26th at the Grammy Museum. Again, tickets are available right now at KBLA1580.com.
Well, I hang around my boy. He been married for 6 years. Videotaped his wedding day, never watched it. Now and every day he watch it every day, but he watch it in reverse. Because he said he loves seeing himself take that ring back off of that finger. Walking back down that aisle, just waving at her ugly mother down the church. Getting back in the limo, back at the bachelor party. Look how happy I was.
KBLA Talk 1580 thanks LA City Council members Curran D. Price Jr. and Heather Hutt for being the presenting sponsors at this year's Black History Month Luncheon. Honoring excellence, resilience, and achievement, we're KBLA Talk 1580.
You know you want some more. It's the voice of reason with Zoe Williams on KBLA Talk 1580.
The chaos surrounding evacuation alerts made the fires even more terrifying.
And questions still remain as to why so many Altadena residents got those alerts so late or not at all.
Fire began in the evening hours of January 7th, 1 year ago. Now, for parts of East Altadena, they received alerts for evacuation right around the same time. But West Altadena was a very different story. People there telling us they didn't receive evacuation alerts until hours later, the next day in the middle of the night. Some even telling us they didn't receive an alert at all. For hours to try and get evacuated, but nobody ever came.
The ancient Hindus invented a very good thing. They called it the Atman, the higher self, the supreme thing. And that supreme thing is still born of the form. But people are so gullible, so unreasonable, like to live in illusions and make believe. They accept all this. So we are saying, when you strip yourself of your conclusions, of your words, of your experience, what are you? You are nothing. You are empty. So consciously or unconsciously, the feeling that you are nothing, you get frightened of it. And then you begin to identify. Then you fill that emptiness, at least you think you can fill that emptiness with lots of ideas, with lots of relationship, with lots of knowledge, etc., etc. Can the mind observe that emptiness and not move away from it?
Oh, ladies and gentlemen, that was the great Jiddu Krishnamurti out here cooking. Hey, the voice of reason live on KBLA Talk 1580. We've come full circle after having come forward, man. The topic tonight is...
It's fire.
What's happening in the cosmos that's triggering this kind of work? What's going on?
The Schumer's resonance has been all over the place. It dropped out, it spiked. So that means that the veil is thin and we can feel cosmic energy more than we typically can. That's what the brother was talking about on the last clip about the Uranus and right. We can feel that cosmic energy. It's the vibration, the hertz that the earth is constantly emitting. So it affects people. Yeah. Wow. This is appropriate today.
Ladies and gentlemen, are we God's shadow work is tonight's topic. An expansive, enriching conversation about the purpose of relationship. How we can use this as a spiritual technology to evolve to the one.
Yes.
Oh, yes. My goodness. 1-800-920-1580. Callers on the line. Nazarene X, Atlanta, Georgia. Get in here, man. Finish your thought here.
Yes, sir, man. It's just been a night.
It's been a night.
Yeah, man. I'm not too fluent in the planetary representations, but also to compliment what Sister Precious was just saying. Like, I don't know if it's the 7.38 or 7.83 or what have you. Yeah, like that Schulman side, again, that's going to represent your 9, the all in all and everything and nothing at the same time, just the power of presence again. And, man, really, in terms of journaling, because innately I felt like there's something about communication in the air. I know that with the shadow work, what I was speaking to earlier, echoed by Uncle Merty and so forth, even you, it's just the whole premise of saying, like, okay, if we are to be doing God's shadow work, like, and humility, we can also rest off the assurance that God is like, I ain't got no shadow for it.
Come on now.
Like, it's just smooth,
right?
Smooth unity and rekindling that one. That brings me to the notion of resolution. I believe that in remembering or encountering problems and encountering traumas or things that trigger us and so forth, we are moved in our humanity with that blessing and a gift to go towards resolve. And what's funny to me, or what I can also identify in the scope of looking at the bigger picture, when we look at like a TV screen or anything, we judge it based on the quality of the resolution.
Wait, stay right there. Wait. Stay right there. Hold on.
Going there.
Hey, we got to get on the other side. We got to come forward. And then we got to get on the other side because my brother about to land the plane. Let's go.
He's on fire tonight. It's the voice of reason with Zoe Williams exclusively on KBLA Talk 1580.
I'm Amber Payton with BIN News Now. Tensions flared during a House hearing when Black New Jersey Representative LaMonica McIver pressed acting ICE Director Todd Lyons with pointed questions.
Mr. Lyons, do you consider yourself a religious man?
Yes, ma'am.
Oh, yes. Okay, well, how do you think Judgment Day will work for you?
Lyons also declined to comment on an active investigation tied to ICE-involved shootings. Black Los Angeles Mayor Karen Bass has ordered LAPD officers to turn on their body cameras when responding to federal immigration enforcement scenes. The directive requires video to be recorded and preserved, officers to document the names and badge numbers of federal supervisors present, and to file reports if they witness any misconduct. And an attorney for Smokey Robinson is asking a court to sanction one of the women accusing him of sexual misconduct. Robinson's lawyer says the woman is avoiding a deposition and should be barred from testifying at trial. Get BIN News now on demand 24/7 on the iHeartRadio app.
Think It Up is an initiative to activate student-powered, teacher-led learning projects. Students and teachers, how can you spark great learning experiences in your classrooms today? Join at thinkitup.org.
At the tone, please record your message.
You ready?
Drop it!
Mr. Tavis Smiley, preach it. Thank you, man. Politics in this country is crazy. You put things in perspective that even I didn't. The right is playing fast and loose with facts and scapegoating everyone under the sun, especially black and brown people. As a white man, I do not agree with this, and I am on my black and brown brothers and sisters' side. Fight the good fight. Know that I am part of the resistance. Let's fight the power.
Our freedom of speech is freedom of death. We got to fight the powers that be.
KBLA Talk 1580. We've got your black.
My son loves to fly kites, but my active psoriatic arthritis can sometimes hold me back. Now with Skyrizi to treat my skin and joints, I'm ready to go. Skyrizi, risankizumab Riza, a prescription-only 150 milligram injection for adults, helps with less joint pain, stiffness, swelling, and fatigue. For those who also have plaque psoriasis, 90% clearer skin is possible with just 4 doses a year after 2 starter doses.
Don't use if allergic to Skyrizi. Serious allergic reactions and an increased risk of infections or a lower ability to fight them may occur. Before treatment, your doctor should check for infection and tuberculosis. Tell your doctor if you have an infection or symptoms such as fever, sweats, chills, muscle aches, or cough, or if you plan to or recently received a vaccine.
With Skyrizi, there's nothing like clearer skin and better movement, and that means everything. Ask your doctor about Skyrizi today and visit skyrizi.com or call 1-866-SKYRIZI to learn more.
As a mom, comforting my family is what I do best. Vicks Vapor Stick provides soothing, non-medicated Vicks Vapors in an easy-to-apply stick, and it dries fast, so there's no mess. I use it to comfort myself and my family.
Thanks, Mom.
Vicks Vapo Stick, soothing comfort for the whole family. And try Vicks Vapo Shower Max for steamy Vicks Vapors when you need more comfort for yourself. Use as directed.
Hey, can you blow up some balloons for Jack's party?
I can't. I'm so congested.
You need Sinex Saline from Vicks.
Sinex Saline nasal spray?
Yeah, just Sinex. Breathe.
Sinex Saline instantly clears everyday congestion associated with colds and year-round allergies with a gentle, ultra-fine mist that's no mess and easy to control.
Daddy, we need more balloons.
On it.
Enjoy life's important moments without congestion. Try Sinex Saline from Vicks. Just Sinex. Breathe. Use as directed.
KBLA Talk 1580. We've got a lot to talk about.
KBLA Talk 1580, connecting you with services and solutions. The Los Angeles Regional Food Bank is on a mission to fight hunger and provide nutritious food to those in need across our community. They partner with federal, state, and local programs advocating for better policies and funding for critical hunger relief programs like Cal Fresh, the Emergency Food Assistance Program, and the Child and Adult Care Food Program. The food bank works with coalitions and local representatives to make sure hunger is addressed in every district of LA County. They also run nutrition education campaigns, raise hunger awareness, and source nutritious food for distribution, all while supporting regulations that allow food pantries to operate safely. Want to help? Visit lafoodbank.org or call 323-234-3030 to volunteer or find a food bank near you. Together, we can ensure that no one goes hungry in Los Angeles County. This is a community call to action from KBLA Talk 1580.
The California Crusader newspaper would like to thank all of our subscribers for their support throughout the years, proudly serving the South Los Angeles and South Bay areas for more than 40 years. The California Crusader is a multicultural, black-owned, adjudicated newspaper that focuses on providing newsworthy information to the people in our community. We're constantly looking for ways to assist businesses in our community to connect with our subscribers. We provide low-cost, effective ways to promote your business with our reasonable and affordable advertising rates. You can participate by suggesting, sharing, and submitting your stories on the California Crusader newspaper Community Share Facebook group page, or visit our website at cal-cruise-news.com. That's calcruisenews.com. Then click on the Submit Now button located on the top right corner of the homepage, or text CCN to 42828. Again, text CCN to 42828. The California Crusader newspaper, working together to build a better community for our future. Subscribe today.
This is KBLA Talk 1580. Talk radio. That's music to your ears. We're unapologetically progressive. KBLA Talk 1580. You're listening to the Voice of Reason with Zoe Williams. Only on KBLA Talk 1580.
This the label? Nestled at the foot of the San Gabriel Mountains, Altadena is known for its natural beauty and scenic views.
Suppose you're God. Suppose you have all time, all eternity, and all power at your disposal. You were given the power to dream any dream you wanted to dream every night. What would you do? You could dream any span of time. You could dream 75 years of time in one night, 100 years of time in one night, 1,000 years of time in one night. And it could be anything you wanted. You make up your mind before you went to sleep, tonight I'm going to dream of so-and-so. Well, naturally, you would start out by fulfilling all your wishes. You would have all the pleasures you could imagine, the most marvelous meals, the most entrancing love affairs, the most romantic journeys. You could listen to music such as no mortal has heard and see landscapes beyond our wildest dreams. And for several nights, maybe for a whole month of nights, you would go on that way, having a wonderful time. But then after a while, you'd begin to think, well, I've seen quite a bit. Let's spice it up. Let's have a little adventure. And therefore, you would dream of yourself being threatened by all sorts of dangers. You would rescue princesses from dragons. You would perhaps engage in notable battles. You would be a hero. And then, as time went on, you would dare yourself to do more and more outrageous things. And at some point in the game, you would say, tonight, I am going to dream in such a way that I don't know that I'm dreaming, so that you would take the experience of the dream for complete reality. And what a shock when you woke up. And you'd really scare yourself. And then, on successive nights, you might dare yourself to experience the most extraordinary things just for the contrast when you woke up. You could, for example, dream yourself in situations of extreme poverty, disease, agony. You could, as it were, work on the vibration of suffering to its most intense point, and then suddenly, whoop, wake up and find it was after all nothing but a dream and everything perfectly okay. And you would say, wow, man, that was a gas. Well, how do you know that that's not what you're doing already? You, sitting there with all your problems, with all your whole complicated life situation, listening to me, it may just be the very dream you decided to get into. If you like it, crazy. If you don't like it, what fun it'll be when you wake up.
Come on, Alan Watts. Come on, 2,000 watts right there. Alan Watts was cooking. Hey, man, the voice of reason is on complete fire tonight, man. It's a shift. If you don't feel the shift, the energy is really flowing.
Yes.
Because we're trying to do something right now, or we're doing something right now that's really shifting the paradigm. All of the silliness that goes on in relationships. And again, we're not judging. We're not trying to vilify. But listen, this is where we ought to be when it comes to you and me. When it comes to loving, when it comes to these dyads that we get into, they shouldn't be dominated by the unhealed portions of ourselves. I told people, man, can you imagine what it would feel like to love without your attachment style? Where's your point of reference? See, because when you're dealing with God, the God in you, God has no point of reference. Just because you wrote a book and gave it a name, you think that's a point of reference. No, that's the symbol of a reality you can't really utter.
Right. Marty.
What is the term? Ineffable. It's so immense and so beyond comprehension, I can't put it into words. Ineffable should be the name of God.
That is appropriate.
Do you see?
Yes.
Do you see? But we don't find that experience in relationships because we're so busy feeding a bottomless pit, which is that unhealed wound, that now relationships are predicated on getting and doing and maintaining. Do you see? Talk to me about that, Precious.
You know, it's kind of to the point someone in our chat here said that we are parallel to God. Impossible. Parallels do not have intersection. So in order for us to be parallel, we are acknowledging that we are separate, right? It is when we come into ourselves that we enter into the intersection that is ever available and waiting to us. People do experience these types of things when they are non-romantic relationships because it's easier, right? To feel one with your children, to feel one with your bestie, or as
low
I
stakes.
Say, yes. But when it's the very thing that you crave, a lot of times people move into their trauma body, but this is a part of the design because it requires more from us, because in that intimacy where the stakes are higher, right? You can't lose your children. You can lose them, but you never lose them.
Come on.
But if I lose my lover, what does that mean? If I am without my partner, what does that mean? It means I failed to a lot of people. Right? So
how do I redefine myself because of that perceived failure?
Start to perceive your partner as an emanation of the divine, as are you. Make room, make space to enter into the oneness with your partner. And sometimes you do that by holding the space for them, right? And so if your partner is acting like they're losing their mind, the best thing you can do is nothing.
Get present.
Be present.
That's it.
Sit. Hold the energy.
Yeah.
Right?
Oh no, I ain't got time for this, Press. I got to sit with this mess.
Yeah. Because if you are sitting with it and it's uncomfortable, it means you're engaging. You're a participant, no longer an observer. Because if you can hold that space of divinity for someone, it gives them more of an opportunity for ascension into the higher self.
Wow.
So this requires a lot of love. Wow. And when you yourself are healing from your trauma body, the best thing you could do is not just nothing. Take a nap, lay down, repair your nervous system, acknowledge your own trauma that you have healed from. Be willing to be still and let it fall on you.
Love it, love it, love it. Listen, when we come forward, we're going to go back to Atlanta because, listen, Nazarene X got to tell us about that resolution piece. When we come forward, man, the voice of reason going to keep this fire lit.
Relationships. Got you confused? Need some straight talk? This is where you get the unfiltered truth about love, relationships, and everything in between. He breaks down relationship dynamics with no-nonsense wisdom and practical advice that actually works. Tackling the questions you're afraid to ask and giving you the answers you need to hear. You're inside the Voice of Reason with Zoe Williams on KBLA Talk 1580.
Not everything announces itself. Some things simply arrive, and the room is compelled to adjust. This is grooming without apology, without noise, without compromise. Gods and money, organic formulations, clean precision, crafted for skin that does not ask for permission to be felt. Element Cream, a rare hydration layered like an oud at dusk, measured, enduring, unmistakably masculine, moisturizing oil, a quiet revolution, restoring what stress, climate, and time attempts to claim. This is not skincare. It is composure made visible. It is inevitability. Gods and money exist impeccably. Discover the ritual at godsandmoney.com. That's godsandmoney, MONY.com.
This is the story of the one. As the purchasing manager at a manufacturing plant, she knows the only thing more important than having the right safety gear is having it there when you need it. That's why she partners with Grainger for auto reordering, so her team members can count on her to have cut-resistant gloves on hand, and each shift can run safely and efficiently. Call 1-800-GRAINGER, click Grainger.com, or just stop by. Grainger, for the ones who get it done.
LifeLock, how can I help?
The IRS said I filed my return, but I haven't.
1 in 4 tax-paying Americans has paid the price of identity fraud.
What do I do? My refund, though. I'm freaking out.
Don't worry, I can fix this.
LifeLock fixes identity theft guaranteed and gets your money back with up to $3 million in coverage.
I'm so relieved.
No problem. I'll be with you every step of the way.
1 in 4 was a fraud-paying American. Not anymore. Save up to 40% your first year with promo code NEWS at LifeLock.com. Terms apply.
Check it out. After nearly 40 years of conversations with presidents, poets, and cultural icons, I have learned that the difference between a good conversation and an unforgettable one is not what you say, it is how you listen. Most people listen to respond. I learned to listen to learn and follow. When you master this, something remarkable happens. People just open up. They leave the conversation feeling truly heard, and they never forget you. Hi, I'm Tavis Smiley, and for the first time in my life, I'm teaching everything I have learned. The Art of Conversation, a 4-week masterclass for podcasters, leaders, and professionals who understand that the ability to connect is their greatest competitive advantage. Our founding cohort starts Monday, February the 16th, and only a limited number of seats remain. Enroll right now at TavisTalks.com. That's TavisTalks.com.
Yeah, this is all good.
You know you want some more. It's the Voice of Reason with Zoe Williams on KBLA Talk 1580.
Is this the label?
On the anniversary of the Altadena fire, it is important to acknowledge the profound and disproportionate impact that it's had on Black families. Including the loss of our loved ones, our home.
The only people who hate the truth are the ones who lose power when it's spoken. I'm sorry, I didn't mean to trigger you. I know pastors are used to congregations being obedient, not observant. But since you rushed to the comment section to break a tongue muscle trying to insult me, I'm going to help you and all of the rest of the Bible thumpers. Listen, Isaiah 45:7 says, I form the light and create darkness. I make peace and create evil. I, the Lord, do all these things. Why do you all despise thinking whenever you're required to do it? No true teacher seeks the devil to blame when the text already tells you where the authority sits. This is why I tell you all, pastors who don't listen train congregations who don't think, because they don't think. Anybody who can't handle a human exercising their own insight doesn't belong around scripture, because scripture was born from thought. But let me give you perspective. Some pastors preach loud, so nobody understands how quiet their understanding is, and the volume is the only thing holding their message together. This is a prime example of somebody responding emotionally where logic should have been. You criticize my articulation, but it's pretty obvious. The frustration is coming from your discomfort of your teachings being expressed to you outside of a familiar structure that keeps you from examining it. You have seen it just how I've seen it. Pastors have mastered empty language, with the ability to interrupt themselves, yelling gap to gap from verse to verse without explaining either one. They are the only teachers on the planet whose students are not required to understand anything to graduate. Now you see why in 2025 pastors are boastfully showing you that they are refusing to think, because it will force them to confront the very system that gave them their authority. The most religious people are not saved and they are not blessed. They are taxed. Their devotion funds the very system that keeps them uninformed. So the next time we want to defend a system, omnipresent God, remind the congregation that's who created the devil. You cannot be present in all things without being present at the origin of all things.
Wait, who in the Sam hell was that? Who is that? That's Javon Cross?
So good.
He out here snapping. Ladies and gentlemen, the VOR has been on complete fire tonight. I got to get to Nazarene X, my nephew, because he was making a point.
Oh, yeah.
And I want to get back to it. He was talking about the resolution. Please bring that in and tie it into what Javon was on.
I see that, for one, he was coming from a place and he's allowed to. Mm-hmm. I believe what might also be going on is the lack of emphasis placed upon even the so-called beginning does not limit the presence of God. Mm-hmm. So we can restore that system if we feel like there's a disconnect. I can appreciate the passion, true pastorship or what have you, I believe, does not require a quiet mind. That would be a contradiction of word as God, as presence is so forth. You know, being the ultimate system that we all are to welcome, surrender to, align with, like the puzzle pieces and all. No matter if your side is blue or it got sprinkles on it or stripes or whatever, do we fit? Are we placed? We are love. I love.
Hey, man.
Thank you for holding space.
We love you, brother.
Thank you, Andy. Love.
Hey, man, guess what you just did, though?
Slama lama ding dong. ATL in the building.
ATL in the building. We appreciate the call. You already know what it is, Precious.
Woo.
What are your final thoughts? And please, and I encourage people to go follow Precious, go to her website, book a reading, book a session. She's my spiritual advisor. Lord knows I need one. And she just showed up, took over. I got it. Let me just protect you. Listen, go get with Precious. Precious, how do they find you?
At withprecious.com. The best way to find me. You can also find me on IG at phenomenal_change, or on Facebook at Phenomenal Change. Yes.
Love it. Love it. And your final thought?
My final thoughts is go deeper.
Hey.
And there you will find the presence of the Most High. And if you don't go within, you go without. This is how you begin to see people that you love.
Wow.
Go deeper.
Gosh, if God already knew everything, what would God gain from your pain? When something terrible happens, does calling it a lesson give you strength or reduce your anger? Is it a crutch? If you choose your life before birth, how does that belief affect the way you respond to injustice now? Oh my goodness. When you pray and feel nothing, what keeps you going? Why do you keep praying? If God needs your experience to grow, who was God before you were born? I don't want to play with you tonight. What I want to say is, you're going to find God when you find love. You got to first find it in yourself, and then you'll be able to cultivate it within your relationships. But the love I'm talking about isn't attachment based. The love, listen, you don't know love unless you know freedom. And you can't be free if you're under the jurisdiction of unhealed wounds. And you're going to keep drawing people to you who vibrate at the frequency of that wound, because that wound wants to be exposed.
Oh, yeah.
You see? When meditation quiets your anxiety, do you experience divine presence or nervous system regulation? Which one? You don't even know. You don't even care, do you? If we are all one with Source, why do you experience confusion at all? I'm going to tell you why. Because your source is ego. And not the source. Oops, I didn't mean to. Precious, am I wrong for doing this?
You right on the money. You on the money.
Listen, when you imagine God seeking you, does that comfort you? Or elevate your cosmic importance? God don't do nothing. Don't have to do nothing. God is the sustaining source of all that is, including your confusion. Now ask God, why would you sustain my confusion? Because you sustain your stiff neck. Your neck is pointed in the direction that is outward. Give me, show up right, perform right, act right. And God is saying, okay, I'm going to sustain your confusion. Come on now. If suffering teaches awareness, how much suffering would you willingly choose? Many of you are spiritual cowards. So you're going to choose the least amount of suffering and try to get the most out of it. Stop playing with Zoe Williams tonight.
Come on.
Listen, as is commonplace, we started the conversation. It's up to you to finish it. Listen, I'll be back here tomorrow to wrap up my week. I love y'all. I appreciate y'all. Thank y'all for tapping in. Me and Precious, we out of here. Deuces.
KBLA 1580 Santa Monica.
I'm Bree Wood with BIN News Now. In Gainesville, Georgia, only minor injuries were reported.